Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we have a little bit of a different video. The wife wanted to go antique shopping, so we went and I found 3 vintage reels. So stick around, I'll tell you all about them. Hey, if you enjoy fishing and you want to learn about fishing, right now would be a great time to hit that subscribe button. So the wife wanted to go antique shopping. We went to Oklahoma City, hit a few spots up, and I found 3 vintage reels. Starting with my left here, we have a Garcia Mitchell 320. This one is actually a pretty popular one. There was actually many of these made. I believe it was 2 to 3 million. I do know this one was produced after 1974 because it has the name Garcia on there. Mitchell and Garcia didn't really join forces on this reel until 1974. So I do have somewhat kind of a date on it. It was made in France and it has a gear ratio. I did it myself, approximately 3.5 to 1. So it's a pretty slow reel. So we're going to take a better look at the Garcia Mitchell 320. This guy has been used. It's pretty obvious. He's pretty dirty. I do, need to do some cleanup on him. He's got some paint missing. I really noticed how dirty he was when I took the spool off. Look at all the grime that's in there. Ugh. It doesn't look like fun. But it's a real simple design. This is all, the spool's all plastic. I'm a little surprised in a vintage reel to have this much plastic, but everything seems to work okay on it. Drag seems fine. The only thing that's a little off here is the bell doesn't like to come all the way back. And on these vintage reels, you have to reel them to make them release the bell back to position. It's not like today's where you can just click it over. You actually have to reel it in to make it do that. And it doesn't flip all the way over, so I imagine this guy needs some cleaning. I've already messed with the Ted Williams one, and this was a pain, so hopefully I don't have to open this guy up. But if I do, at least I kind of know what I'm doing now. But we have a simple anti-reverse system here. It makes a lot of noise. I don't really like that, so we may leave it off. But it does need some work and some lubrication. You can definitely feel the gears in here. Maybe I can get to the ball bearings and grease those up and clean those up as well. But made in France. So hopefully we can get this guy out on the water and catch a fish. Here in the middle, we have a Ted Williams 230. It's a spin cast reel. It looks like it's hardly ever been used, so I'm kind of excited to see what this guy's got in store for me. It has a really slow gear ratio as well. It's, I think, 3.1 to 1. This one was brought to us from Sears and Roebuck. And in case you didn't know, Ted Williams was a baseball player, not a fisherman. So the next reel we have is the Ted Williams 230. This guy looks pretty pristine. I mean, looking at, there's not a lot of scratches on him. Even the cap here looks really in good condition. You take this off. Yeah, it's got some aluminum type corrosion on here. But the button works good. It clicks back. Not a whole lot of issues here. It looks really clean. I'm definitely gonna I'll take it apart and check some stuff out behind this plate here to see what's going on there. The drag works good. I can turn it back and it's a little easier on the drag. So everything seems to be in good order here. I bought this one mainly because of the Made in USA. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have bought this guy, but it made me pretty happy to buy something that's been made in the U.S. So we're gonna see if we can catch a fish on this one too. So lastly, we have the Ted Williams 320, the high speed. And when they say high speed, it's kind of the average speed of today. This is like a 5.1 to 1 gear ratio. I've already done a little bit of work to this guy to make him a little more functional. The bail was bent and I've cleaned it up. It was in pretty rough shape. I'm most excited to try this guy out. And lastly, the one that I'm the most excited about is the Ted Williams High Speed 320. It's kind of crazy that back then, you know, a 5 to 1 gear ratio was considered high speed. But I've already done some work to this guy. I was just curious to get into him and play around. He was pretty dirty in here, as well as the bell didn't really want to work as well. So now I got all of it working again. The drag system works great. The anti-reverse can be turned on or off. And that's where the little bit of clicking comes from, is the anti-reverse. It's just the way it's designed. You can go with it off, but now it's smooth as butter. And I'm actually pretty excited to use this guy. He may end up on a reel and end up my permanent use box because of really the high quality design here. I really like because it's all metal, and I was easily able to work on it. I was really surprised at how easy it was to tear this thing apart and get to work on it. But click, boom, there you go. That is the Ted Williams High Speed 320 for you. Well guys, as I mentioned before, I do plan on trying to use these. I've already cleaned the Ted Williams 320 up. I'm going to clean up the Mitchell, and I think the 230 here, the spin cast, is gonna be good to go. He just needs some line. I'll check him out. But we're gonna spool all these guys up, and we are gonna go catch at least one fish on these before I retire them. So you guys might want to stick around for those videos as well. But like always, until next time, get out there and go catch you some fish.